16 people died. Garment factory and chemical warehouse fire in capital's Nipur. 12 minutes of fire service trying to douse fire. Chief Advisor Professor Mohammad Yunus expressed grief. Factories keep countries' election going to select genuine local observer organizers for the national parliamentary elections after careful verification, says EC Secretary. After repaying its $1 billion debt, foreign reserves now stands at $32 billion, say Pfizer. Final selection on Bangladesh television channel on program Nolguri continues till October 21. 5 people died from dengue in the last 24 hours and were admitted to the hospitals. Israel continues attacks Gaza despite 9 more Palestinians killed. And Bangladesh draw 1-1 with host Hong Kong at the Asian qualifier. Assalamu alaikum. The headlines. There's details of those in our stories. The death toll has risen to 16 in the fire as 7 more bodies are recovered in a garment factory and an adjacent chemical warehouse in the capital's Nipur area today. 12 units of the fire service are trying to douse the fire. Fire service said fire was suspected to have broken out from the chemical warehouse around 11:40 a.m. and spread later to the garment unit at Shialbari area of Mirpur. Fire extinguished the fire at garment unit, but efforts are still underway to douse the base at chemical warehouse. Fire Services Operations Director General Mohammad the firemen are using 60 robots to douse the chemical warehouse blaze. That search started there once the fire was completely controlled. Our troops and paramilitary border guard Bangladesh personnel deployed at scene, extend hands dousing the fire. Meanwhile, Chief Advisor Professor Mohammad Yunus expressed on shock at 16 people in devastating fire in a garment factory and chemical warehouse at Shialbari in the city's Mirpur area. In a condolence message, Chief Advisor prayed for the eternal peace of the souls and conveyed deep empathy to the bereaved families. He prayed for the swift recovery of those injured in the fire and directed the authorities concerned to investigate the cause of the incident and ensure necessary assistance to the victim families.
একটি মর্মান্তিক ফায়ার অ্যাক্সিডেন্ট হয়েছে। এই ঘটনায় চিফ অ্যাডভাইজার এখন রোমে আছেন, ওনাকে জানানো হয় এবং উনি সাথে যথোপযুক্ত কর্তৃপক্ষকে জানিয়ে দেন যে এই ঘটনাকে তদন্ত এবং যারা মারা গেছেন তাদের মৃত্যুতে উনি শোক জানিয়েছেন। উনি বলেছেন যে তাদের পরিবারের পাশে আমরা আর সত্যি এরকম কেমিক্যাল ফ্যাক্টরির বিস্ফোরণ এটা বাংলাদেশে এর আগেও হচ্ছে, কিন্তু আমরা এটা নিয়ে আমরা অনেক চেষ্টা করাটাও দেখা যাচ্ছে যে অনেকেই ইলিগালি ফ্যাক্টরি সেটা করে এবং সেক্ষেত্রে এটা এখন ইনভেস্টিগেট করে দেখা হচ্ছে যে তার লাইসেন্স ঠিক ছিল কিনা এবং তার ফায়ার যে ফ্লেমেবল অবজেক্ট এর যারা বিজনেস করেন বা এই ধরনের গোডাউন বা কেমিক্যাল ফ্যাক্টরি করেন তাদের বিষয়গুলো আসলে ফায়ারের যথোপযুক্ত আপনার ক্লিয়ারেন্স ছিল কিনা ফায়ার ডিপার্টমেন্টের সেটা দেখা হচ্ছে, সেটা দেখে যথোপযুক্ত অ্যাকশন নেওয়া হবে।
Chief Advisor Mohammad Yunus stated that the July mass uprising experienced saved the country by sending remittances. The chief advisor said this at a meet and greet event with members of Bangladesh community in Rome, Italy today. Mentioning that work is underway to resolve visa complications, the chief advisor said expatriates must abide by the laws and regulations of the country they are in. Professor Yunus said human trafficking must be stopped and one cannot get involved in illegal activities. He said it is a matter of great pride that almost all those working as chefs in restaurants are from Bangladesh. Professor Yunus also referred to the expatriates as role models for the nation.
অভ্যুত্থানের যে সময় আমরা যে সরকার পেলাম, যে অবস্থা পেলাম, এটা লন্ডন সকালে চলাফেরার কোনো বেতন দেওয়ার উপায়, মানুষের শোধ করার উপায় নেই, আন্তর্জাতিক শোধ করার উপায় নেই, একদম তলানিতে আমরা কোথা থেকে আমরা হবো, কোথা থেকে কাজ করবো। তো তখন আমাদের এটা আশা আসতো যে আপনাদের রেমিটেন্স, এই রেমিটেন্স না হলে এই সরকার টিকে থাকা বড় মুশকিল, যে কিভাবে সরকার চালায় কি করে, লেনদেনের অবস্থা কাহিল হয়ে গেল। এখন সেটার জন্য আপনাদের কাছে অভিজ্ঞতা জানাচ্ছি, আপনারা ব্যবসা করছেন, আপনারা রোজগার করছেন, সে রোজগার বাংলাদেশ। কাজে এটা আমাদের একটা বড় আছে আপনাদের সাফল্যের জন্য। যেটা আলাপ হলো মেয়ের সঙ্গে শহরের একটা মূল্যবান অংশ আপনারা যে কন্ট্রিবিউট করছেন এবং আপনাদের কঠিন পরিশ্রমের মাধ্যমে রোম শহরের যে উন্নতি হচ্ছে সেটা বারবার উল্লেখ করেছেন এবং আপনাদের পরিশ্রম, আপনাদের মেধা, আপনাদের সৃজনশীলতা, এগুলোর খুব প্রশংসা করছেন এবং এই প্রশংসা শুধু রোম শহরের জন্য না, পুরো ইটালির জন্য আমি এবারে শুনেছি। আপনাদের প্রধানমন্ত্রী তার সঙ্গে একবার আমার দেখা, আমি তুলে আমার জানা আছে আপনাদের সমস্যার মধ্যে যেহেতু সবসময় কথা হয়, কারণ এক প্রসঙ্গে আলাপ হচ্ছে, ভিসার কথা বললাম, এই যে বাইর করে দিচ্ছে সেগুলো বললাম, যারা ভিসা দেওয়া হয়েছিল ভিসা রিনিউ করা আছে না সেগুলোর কথা বললাম। তুনিও দুঃখটা বললাম, বলে আমরা খুব সম্মান করি বাংলাদেশি যারা ইটালির জন্য অত্যন্ত গুরুত্ব। এটা এমন না যে আমরা তাদের থেকে নিশ্চিত বলে বাঁচি, ওটা আমার না, আমরা তাদের রাখতে চাই। এটা সম্বন্ধে পরিষ্কার। রোম শহরের কোনো রেস্টুরেন্ট নাই যেখানে বাংলাদেশ চলে গেলে রোম শহর অচল হয়ে যাবে। আপনারা জায়গাটা করে দিয়েছেন, হার্ডেস্ট পার্ট আপনারা করেছেন। নেক্সট যারা আসবে তার তৈরি জিনিসের উপরে হবে। বাংলাদেশের লোক এটা স্থান করে পেরেছে, ইটালি হলো সবচেয়ে বড় উদাহরণ। অন্য জায়গাতেও হবে আস্তে আস্তে, কিন্তু ইটালি পথ দেখিয়েছে। তো সেই জন্য আবার জাতির পক্ষ থেকে আমাদের সবাইকে ধন্যবাদ জানাই।
Later, the chief advisor participated in a photo session with members of Bangladesh community in Rome. World Food Programme (WFP) acting executive director Carl Scow has reaffirmed commitment to mobilize food aid for 1.3 million Rohingya refugees sheltered in Bangladesh, saying the crisis remains one of the Rome-based UN agency top agenda. The acting WFP chief made the comments when he called on Chief Advisor Professor Mohammed Yunus at a hotel in the Italian capital Rome today. The meeting focused primarily on the ongoing Rohingya crisis, famine situations in Gaza and Sudan, and the growing challenges in mobilizing funds to combat global hunger, affecting tens of millions. Carl praised Professor Yunus for his leadership over the past 15 months, particularly his unwavering efforts to bring international attention back to the Rohingya humanitarian crisis. Scow noted that following fresh humanitarian aid commitments from the United States and the United Kingdom announced during the UN high meeting in New York, WFP would continue to provide $12 monthly food stipend to each Rohingya. Professor expressed appreciation for WFP's global leadership in combating hunger and famine. He also thanked the UN agency for its support in launching a new school feeding program in Bangladesh. Food Advisor Ali Imam Mojumdar, Fisheries and Live Advisor Farida Akhtar, SDG Coordinator Lamia Murshid, and Foreign Secretary also Asad Alam Siam were present at the meeting. Presentation of arguments continued for the third crimes against humanity case against two others for the July surprising morning at the International Crimes Tribunal. Jumdar, Chief on half the site presented various instances of killings and torture committed during the July movement. The Chief prosecutor testimony from family members of eyewitnesses, journalists, and forensic doctors who provided reports describing incidents. The hearing proceeding live on btv News and the prosecution's Facebook page. The tribunal adjourned the hearing till tomorrow. Meanwhile, in case of the killing of six people during the July uprising, the International Crimes Tribunal 2 set October 20 for the next hearing on criminal charges against Hassan al-Haq. International Crimes Tribunal 2, headed by Justice Nazrul Islam Chaudhry, the order. The same party also reacted the publication of newspaper advertisement warning four accused, including Mahbub al-Hanif, to appear for the in connection with the crimes against humanity case or the July movement. The tribunal also ordered submission of the compliance report by October 23. Election Commission Senior Secretary said that for the upcoming national parliamentary election, the Election Commission will carefully verify and select only genuine level observer organizations. Countries, bringing the total to 19 countries where the program will be conducted. Month-long national typhoid vaccination campaign is underway. On the third day of the program, vaccination centers across the capital saw a large crowd of children and adolescents accompanied by their parents from early morning. So far, over 18 million children have been registered for the vaccine, and registration continues. Even children without birth certificates are being brought under this vaccination program. Parents said that although they initially felt uneasy due to various rumors, their doubts were cleared once they visited the vaccination centers, and they now believe the vaccine is absolutely necessary. Health officials stated that widespread vaccination will help reduce the prevalence of typhoid, which in turn will lower the use of antibiotics in the country. Although there is no continuous statistical record of typhoid cases, experts suggest that infection rates are increasing. In this context, civil society members described the vaccine campaign as a timely initiative targeting 50 million children aged 9 months to under 15 years. The campaign will continue until November 13. After repaying $6 billion in loans, Bangladesh's current foreign reserve now stands at $32 billion. Commerce advisor Sheikh Bashiruddin stated that this success was achieved in a short period due to reduction of unnecessary expenditures and implementation of austerity measures. He made these remarks while attending the inauguration ceremony of the National Furniture Fair 2025 as the chief guest. Among the special guests were Muhammad Hassan Arif, Vice Chairman of the Export Promotion Bureau, and Dr. A.K. Makhtar-Zaman, President of the Bangladesh Furniture Exporters Association, along with other business leaders from the furniture industry. A total of 278 stalls are participating in the fair, which will continue until October 18. During the event, the Commerce Advisor urged furniture manufacturers to maintain international standards in export markets and enhance their innovative and creative skills. He also mentioned that the government has not yet made any policy decision to increase the price of edible oil, though the matter is under review. After a turbulent first half of 2025, Bangladesh's economy has rebounded strongly in the later half of the year. Export growth, record remittance inflows, and a steady improvement in foreign exchange reserves have helped bring positive momentum to the economy. The information comes from a newly published report by the World Bank. According to the latest edition of the World Bank's biennial publication, Bangladesh Development Update, the country's growth trajectory is expected to remain upward in the coming years. The report projects that Bangladesh's GDP growth will rise from 4% in the previous fiscal to 4.8% in the current fiscal, reaching 6.3% in the next fiscal. Bangladesh Bank Governor Dr. Ahsan H. Mansoor said the previous government had concealed many key economic indicators. However, the interim government has managed to curb inflation through a strict monetary policy, reduced food imports, and increased domestic crop production. In addition, the government has also met its foreign loan installment obligations. Experts noted that to sustain GDP growth, it is essential to create more employment opportunities while ensuring a strong banking system and a conducive environment for investment. After vigorous election rounds, final round of Notun Kuri has started today. The final round is being held at Bangladesh Television at Rampura in Dhaka. Participants from 6 to 11 years and 11 to 15 years are taking part in the event in the two separate groups. Earlier in the morning, Bangladesh Television Dhaka Center at Rampura turned into a festive place with the presence of children and adolescents along with their guardians. This year, children are taking part in Notun Kuri in 9 different competitions, including acting, reciting, storytelling, general and classical dance, patriotic song, Nazrul and Rabindra Songit, and Hamdanat. Notun Kuri was started on Bangladesh Television in 1976 as a talent hunt program. Many prominent artists of Bangladesh emerged from this competition. And now international news.